I woke up this morning feeling thankful, feeling overwhelmingly thankful. You ever had one of those days you wake up where you did something the day before or the night before and you didn't realize how fulfilling it was for your heart, for your soul, until the next morning? That's the kind of moment I'm having right now. If you've been here for my journey here on The Perfect Mess, you know I've been through so much from the beginning of this podcast to now. And this being the seventh season of my podcast, I'm in a place of gratitude, of appreciation, just thankfulness, because this journey has been so long for me. A lot of people really don't know what I've gone through over the last almost 10 years. And why would they? Unless you've been tuned in to this podcast from day one, you wouldn't have an idea of what I've gone through. And as I record this episode here, I reflect back on all of those things, all of the years that I've been doing this, and I come to the conclusion that I am so thankful to be where I'm at right now. You know, last night I had the idea of, because we didn't have baseball practice yesterday, and we very rarely get days off for baseball, especially on the weekends. But we didn't have baseball practice, and we haven't done anything non-baseball in a little while. So I had this idea to go to the beach where they have movies on the beach in Santa Cruz, California, if you're familiar. And I brought it up to my kids. We have a family group chat, me, my ex-wife, and the kids. And I said, hey, they're showing movies in Santa Cruz. This is the movie they're playing. I think they were playing Minecraft. And I said, I know you guys have seen it, but maybe we go out there, hang out on the beach and whatever, right? And my oldest was right away was like, yeah, let's go. Like, my oldest just loves getting out, doing stuff. And so does Jaden. And but Jaden was kind of on the fence because he had already seen the movie like 5 or 6 times, and Jordan's seen it, but he just wanted to get out. So we made plans to, go. Once the day got later, I think the movie started at 9. We were gonna head out about 7 o'clock, 7:30. So we did our daily thing. I got my son on this training program, both of them for 12 weeks. So we went to the gym, we handled our business, took care of that. I've been teaching them since they were little boys, handle business first, play later. And so we've been doing that pretty much their whole lives. But my ex-wife wasn't supposed to go because she was getting off of work, probably an hour before we were leaving. But it turns out she wanted to go. She was like, the beach sounds good. I want to go. So we're like, all right, cool. And I told you, we have a great friendship. And I'll refresh some of you, for those of you who are new here, I've known this woman since I was 12. I'm going to be 52 this year, so 40 years. Um, but we just have a great friendship and we co-parent amazingly. So she's like, yeah, I'll go. Whose car are we taking? I said, I'll drive. So got in my car, when she got off work, we, put a bag together, excuse me, put a bag together, some drinks, some snacks and whatever. We had plans to all of us get some chowder when we get there and hang out and watch a little bit of the movie, walk the boardwalk, hang out. Hadn't done this in a long time. So we all went. And it was really cool. Kids were in the back, chilling, just playing some early 2000s R&B / pop on the on the phone on Spotify, and it was a vibe. It was a good vibe. And my son drives. Obviously, Jordan drives now, so we were kind of talking about the drive up to Santa Cruz, and he's like, "Man, these turns are crazy. They're real tight." And I said, yeah, it's a dangerous road. You got to drive careful here. And his mom used to take that commute for work. So she was always explaining to him how, the rain and fog get really bad and how one accident can shut the whole freeway down. But we were having talks about everything on the way up. And then we got there, we hung out. The kids played some arcade games. I jumped in every now and then, you know, try to test my skill. I'm pretty bad. I'm old now. The mom jumped in to do some stuff, and then we decided to go get some chowder. Got some chowder, some chicken strips, or excuse me, fish and chips, and sat down, enjoyed our food, watched a little bit of the movie. We were on the deck right outside the sand where everybody sits. Um, Took some pictures. I mean, just had a great time, man. Um, and then we decided to walk the boardwalk. So we walked the boardwalk, took some more pictures, played a few of the games, you know, walked all the way down to one side, and then we walked back to the middle. And they were like, "You want to sit on the beach?" And it was night. It was nighttime now. It was like, I don't know, 10:30. It's like, "You want to sit on the beach?" So we went and we sat on the beach and put the blanket out, and a lot of the people were off the beach already, but the beach closes at like midnight. But we laid the blanket out, and it was funny because my kids were, you know, well, before we laid the blanket out, we were walking on the beach for a while, and I was taking photos of my kids walking, getting the rides and the lights and everything while they were walking on the beach. And I take some really cool pictures of both of my kids walking with their mom on the beach at night, and you can see the roller coasters off to the side, and they were really great shots. And I'm really big on documenting our lives, whether it be in video or photos and whatnot. Um, I like to capture moments because I think they're important. When you get older, to reflect, especially when mom and dad are no longer around. You know what I mean? So I'm really big on taking a bunch of pictures. The kids don't always love it, um, but we do it anyway. So we get to the part where we, lay the blanket down, and then the four of us sit down on the blanket. The kids walk over to the water, and they're taking pictures, and then they come back, and then we're all just sitting on this blanket. I'm laying there looking at the stars. Um, my ex-wife is sitting there, and she's editing one of the pictures we took and whatnot. Um, and we're all just kind of like we're chilling, vibing out. Um, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking around. I'm like, man, what a place to be. What a place to be. Me and this woman divorced almost 10 years ago, and it was hard. I mean, if you've been here from day one, it was very hard for me. Very, very hard. And I this may be the first time that I ever say this, but I'm sure in some capacity it was hard for her too. Even though she initiated the divorce, I'm sure it was difficult for her too. Man, that might be the first time I ever said that. And that is what you call growth. Wow. I just remember sitting on that blanket or laying on the blanket and thinking, man, this was, man, what a journey, right? What a journey. There are not a lot of people who can go through what we've gone through and end up where we are at. There's not a lot of people that can do that. So I am very thankful for where we are. And I owe that all to God. I'm so grateful. The picture she was editing was a photo that we took a photo on one of them beach boardwalk chairs. Or I took a picture of them on first the boys were sitting together, and then I took a picture of the three of them, and then the boys were like, you guys get in there. So we took a picture, and we acted like we hated each other. Like she turned one way, and she was like making a face, and I had my back to her, and I was kind of smirking at her, like, and it was a pretty funny picture. But anyways, that's the photo she was editing, and she always makes fun of herself. We're at an age now where we just make fun of ourselves. We don't look like we used to, man. We're older now. And she goes, I look really big in this photo. So she like puts the photo in Chat GPT. I don't know what she's doing. And she's like, apparently she says, hey, Chat, make the girl in this photo skinnier. And and like describes what she wants her to look like. So Chat obviously alters the photo. I look the same, but it makes her look completely different, like slims her down and everything. And it actually ends up looking like her sister, my sister-in-law. So it looks like I'm in this photo sitting with my sister-in-law. And it's funny because we're dying laughing. And my sister-in-law is married to my brother-in-law, Jonah, man, and I love him to death. But she always thought that my sister-in-law liked me. And so she's like, how was the beach with Kim? Because her sister's also named Kim. And she showed the photo, and it looked just like her. I go, oh, God. I started cracking up. But it's just a running joke, and it was pretty hilarious. And the photo is even funnier. My kids were getting a crack out of it. But, everything was super lighthearted out there, and it was super fun. We ended the night going to this nice ice cream place that's pretty famous out in Santa Cruz. So we drove down before we got out of there, stopped off, got some ice cream, kind of hung out because it was beautiful. It was late, but it was not cold. It was just beautiful, perfect. And got some ice cream, sat outside by the car, finished it, and then we took a nice ride home. Uh, got them home, got everybody in the house, and then told my kids I'll see them tomorrow. She was snoring by the time I left. um, told the kids I love them. We got a baseball game, which is today. And then I left, and I went home. But I woke up this morning feeling so thankful for where I'm at right now, for where we are at right now, because I know what it could have been. And I know what it is for a lot of people. See, I give God all the credit because I know exactly where I was. I know how dark that place was that I was in years ago. Uh, and God has moved some things around in my life recently that have set me up to be able to do something great here in my latter years, and I'm so grateful. I am poised to make the most money I've ever made in my life, um, starting next month, with this job that I was just offered and I accepted. Um, I am being paid more money to coach baseball than I ever have in my life. Um, I coach 2 travel baseball teams. I coach at a high school. I run my own training camps. And man, combined with the job that I'll be starting here shortly, I am so blessed. And I'm glad I didn't throw in the towel. I am thankful for my children. I am thankful for my ex-wife. I am thankful for this life. I'm thankful for another day. And I'm thankful for anybody who's ever supported me in real life, on this podcast, on my website, buying merch, doing anything to support me. People who've donated to any GoFundMe I've done to help these kids that I coach. I am so thankful. What a journey. What a journey. If you're listening to this and you're in a place where things are falling apart for you, I want to encourage you to keep moving forward. Do not stop. You buckle down, give it to God, but you do not give up working. You get up every day and you move forward and you find a way to make it through. You pray. You smile when you're supposed to smile. You smile through the bullshit. But you never throw in the towel. Get up every day. Thank the Lord for another day and get to it. Because I promise you, it will change as long as you move forward. If you can't run, walk. And if you can't walk, crawl. But I promise you, you will get through it. I am living proof. I'm telling you, if you take anything from this podcast, keep moving forward. Do not give up. Things will get better, and they will. I promise you. They can and will. Dig deep into your faith. Tell God you're ready and willing to do the work, and then go do it. And I promise you, He will do His part. I love you guys. God bless you. And like I always say, my life isn't perfect. Oftentimes it is a mess. But for me, it is the perfect mess. Peace.